What is up, YouTubelettes? It is PuddlesA1 here, and I am bringing you another narrated Wi-Fi battle. Now today, guys, I have the second installment of Farewell Fridays, OU edition, of course, and my opponent's team is very stally, and then it has those big heavy hitters at the end. So let's look at it really quick. He does have those 4 defensive Pokemon that I did mention, and 2 potential sweepers. Now in the lead spot, he does have the Landorus T, followed by the Ferrothorn. In the third spot, he does have the Deoxys defense form, and taking up the rear is the Donphan. Now, all 4 of those guys can set up Stealth Rock. 2 of them can set up spikes, 1 can rapid spin, and 1 can leech seed. So that's going to be a big problem if I can't get rid of all 4 of those guys before his 2 potential sweepers can come in. Now, talking about his potential sweepers, he does have what is most likely the Moxie Ments, possibly even Scarf, maybe even DD, not entirely sure. And he does have Tornadus T that is such a big threat that it actually got pushed up to Ubers, as you all should probably know by now. So, obviously looking at his team, he does have a huge Lucario weakness. So I'm going to try this entire battle not to use Lucario. So that being said, here we go. He's going to lead off with the Landorus T, as I decided to lead off with my Rotom. Now, I led off with Rotom just because I figured he'd want to lead off with the Landorus T, or possibly even the Donphan, just because those are both Pokemon that had the potential to set up the rocks, the most potential to set up rocks, I should say. And I'm actually just going to go for the Hydro Pump first turn, not wanting to overpredict here. The switch into Ferrothorn was pretty obvious, but, I didn't want to go for the Volt Switch. I just wanted to go straight off for the Hydro Pump in case he did want to stay in. So he doesn't stay in, he switches out. I get a crit Hydro Pump attack, I connect and stuff and whatnot, but not really going to make that big of a deal. I'm actually going to switch out here. I kind of want to lull him into the sense of security that I am a choice set in some way, possibly choice Scarf, most likely choice Scarf. So I'm going to go on my cheese here, knowing I can take a Power Whip, knowing I can take a Leech Seed, but he does miss, which is really unfortunate for him. But I'm going to go for the Giga Drain on this next turn, which you guys are probably wondering, hey Puddles, why'd you go for Giga Drain? No clue. No idea why I went for Giga Drain. Don't know what my thought process was there. I'm probably predicting the Donphan to come in, but why? Why would it come in? Why? He does miss the Hurricane. Unfortunate, but not the biggest deal, because I know for a fact that Cheese can live 1 Hurricane, at the very least, from a Tornadus T, and I will be able to get off the Thunder Wave regardless, and I do get it off, which is great. So now this thing is no longer a threat in the speed bracket, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, going to my Fortress here, as he does get paralyzed. Not the biggest deal, because I would have been able to go for the Stealth Rock even if he had hit me with the thing and then switched out or whatever he wanted to do. But the Stealth Rock is up, and he's going to bring in this Salamence. Now he's going to go for the Fire Blast, and I'm actually going to be able to live that because I do have the Sturdy, and I'm going to go for the Volt Switch because I really don't. I wanted to see what he was going to go for, to be honest. So I also wanted to see what his item was. It's Life Orb. It's not Choice Scarfed or anything, which is really, it's really good for me, because Choice Scarfed Salamence would have been a problem, just because he would have been rocking that Outrage, and I don't think I can take many Outrages. So I'm going to go on to my Rotom here, as he does actually go for the Outrage, which is really surprising, because I figured he'd at least want to go for the Dragon Claw, because why lock yourself into Outrage so early? But hey, my Fortress, I should say, is at a very low range of HP. It's actually at the lowest possible range you can be at without dying, so I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, do a huge amount of damage, so that kind of confirms to me that he's thinking that I'm Scarfed, or maybe even Specs, just because he did outspeed me. He's gonna go for the Outrage here. I know if my Rotom can take an Outrage, my Celebi can definitely take an Outrage, because Cheese is the man, as you all know, the genderless man, and I'm actually going to be able to take that. He's gonna get confused, only the 2-turn Outrage, and I'm gonna be able to get off that big Thunder Wave. So if he does pack the Dragon Dance, really unimportant now, because he does have that negative speed going on for him, and he's just gonna, I think he's gonna go for another Outrage here, because why not? Maybe even a Fire Blast, no clue. But I'm going to go for the Recover, and by me saying no clue, you guys probably know that he's going to hit himself in Confusion, and I'm at a huge range of HP. Wouldn't have mattered even if he did hit, because I am specially defensive. It's unstabbed, the Fire Blast is, and the Outrage wasn't going to take me out, as you guys saw previously. So I'm actually going to be able to go for the U-turn here and take out his Salamence, which is really great for me, because that is a dead Salamence, and Salamence is a monster if you can get up a Dragon Dance, if it's Scarfed. If it gets up Moxie, then it's a huge problem. But anyway, I can go for the U-turn, go out in my Hydreigon, knowing that his Dragon is gone, so why not throw out mine? He's going to go into his Landorus. I was kind of afraid that he was going to be bluffing the physical Landorus, like the offensive Landorus, I should say. But I'm just going to stay in, go for the Draco Meteor, thinking that all he has to hit me really is the HP Ice. And I actually am faster, so he is the defensive variant, and I'm going to be able to take him out with a Draco Meteor, because I am Specs Modest. So not sure if that really matters, but hey, I took him out. That's pretty awesome. So that thing's dead. He's going to go out into his Donphan. I could go for another Draco Meteor, but I really don't want the damage from an Ice Shard on my Hydreigon, so I'm going to switch out and go into my Rotom, knowing I can take several Ice Shards, as he's going to go for that. And unfortunately for me, he's going to get the crit. Now, it's not the biggest deal, just because it would have probably taken 3 Ice Shards from that range to take me out after leftovers and stuff. So, you know, I'm not really complaining, but it's a thing. My Hydro Pump would have brought him down to his sturdy at the very least if I connected, but seeing as how he got the crit probably means that I was going to miss. So he's going to be able to take me out with this Ice Shard. I was actually thinking that he wouldn't be able to, but he is. That's fine by me. Rotom did his job, so farewell Rotom. And now I'm just going to go into Celebi, because Celebi does have that stab. Super effective Giga Drain. I don't have the special attack investment. He doesn't have the special defense investment, so that, I guess that's where that kind of, you know, balances itself out. And that's going to do a huge chunk of damage, and I'm going to go all the way back up to full HP. That's 7, you know, HP points I didn't have. HP points, health points, really, Puddles? Get it together. Anyway, he's going to go for the Fire Fang. Like, what? Fire Fang is not the best move to go for, or to have on anything, just because, you know, the rain's so prevalent in OU, but hey, he's packing it, and it kind of works out for him here. So he's going for the Ice Shard here, just get some damage off. Not going to do much of anything, just because it's not stab at all. But wow, actually that does a decent chunk. But whatever, gonna go for the Giga Drain, take it out, go back up to a decent range of HP myself, and that's a dead Donphan. So now I believe he goes into his Tornadus, just because he can go for the Hurricane. I really don't have anything that wants to take a Hurricane. My only thing that was gonna resist a Hurricane is gone, that being my Rotom. And if he does hit all of his Hurricanes, and I can outspeed, he's paralyzed. So he's just gonna go for the Hurricane just to get damage off and whatever. So going for the Recover. Like I said, I know I can take 1 Hurricane from full HP, so I'm going to make sure I have that option, and I am going to put myself at full HP. He's going to go for the Hurricane, going to connect, and like I said, I will be able to take 1. I am especially defensive. Physically defensive Celebi, on the other hand, cannot take 1, so it's a good thing that this is especially defensive. I live on 43 HP, which is really surprising to me. Then I see Life Orb, so I was like, oh, that makes more sense, because if he was Specs, that would have taken me out. If he was Expert Belt, I would have been able to live with a little bit more HP, but that's not the case. I go for Giga Drain. I'm not sure why I'm going for Giga Drain. I get a crit, though, and Cheese is like, if you're going to connect with your Hurricane, I can definitely hit with my Giga Drain and get a critical hit. So, pretty cool. He's going to go for the U-turn, take me out. That's fine. Whatever. Don't really matter. So he's going to take some damage from the Life Orb, but then go back, and Regenerator's going to, you know, fix that and whatnot. So he's going to go out into his Deoxys defense form as I go into my Staraptor, and I see a perfect opportunity here to go for the sub and then destroy everything with Brave Birds and with the other thing, which is Close Combat, and I have Roost, so that's a cool thing. The Intimidate's not going to matter, but he's actually just going to hit that run button, which is really unfortunate, just because I actually could have, you know, done some work. But the reason why he hits run in the case where I'm trying to justify it is because his Deoxys defense form only has Nightshade to hit me, and if I set up a sub, then, you know, it's game over. So I would have been able to 2-hit KO everything on his team, basically. So that's a good game, AceTrainerN, and that's a great time I've been having with this OU team. It's sad to see it go, but hey, you know, thus is life, the circle of life. You come in, you are alive for a little bit, and then you have to be retired. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not sure if he has a channel, but if he does, you can go ahead and click from the Landorus all the way to the Tornadus. It'll take you directly to his channel. Like his stuff, favorite it, do whatever you want. And if you click the Lucario, it'll take you to my last video, which is my 200 sub special. And if you click the next, or if you click the Rotom, it'll take you to my next video. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Tumblr, add me on Skype. PuddlesA1 is the name throughout all that. Thank you guys for watching. Peace, love, and later, Gators.